impetus in terms of going forward.
Wow.
You just run at the enemy team. Rounded out here for DFM is the Nidalee for Steel. Be piloting that in the jungle, and both teams do want to look towards that team fighting. You have as well as ҭηνOwn's has that wave trying to crash. ҭηνOwn's still on level 2 as Aria gets the charm, but the flash away from ҭηνOwn's means that he will survive. Steel diving in though, the never move won't land, and Steel gets first blood. Meanwhile in the bot lane, all are doing
force the flash, and this makes it so much easier for Steel.
Meanwhile in the bot lane, Harp, no flash on him, he'll go down. Root's going to take the kill, Steel trying to come in from the side as well as Yutapon. There's a little bit weight lands up towards the top side. Aria already caught. He's going to Spirit Rush away. The Ignite is ticking and Root will take him. The charge coming in from
the ultimate is going to drop it.
Nature's Grasp goes down. Sales has a Solar Flare as well. The Root's going to land onto 2. The Solar Flare as well onto Harp. You have to watch him. The Wild Goat's still available as the Dragon is stolen away. Steel's going to have to jump out of the back of the pit, but Root is keeping him in place. Root gets the kill. Yutapon flashing away. Harp trying to escape as well. The cleanse. The blast go knocks Yutapon into his demise. Sales flashes over the wall to escape Aria, and Loud get the Dragon, get 2 kills, and get the hell out.
Early game lead in their favor. And now we find ourselves in a position where Loud are very comfortable knowing that these fights are only going to get better for them. Robo trading very well.
Good wallop.
I'm very surprised if I talked about the bot lane dives. Here comes it now.
Yeah, they're looking for him. Polymorph's going to go down onto Root. They get the dive, they get the kill. DFM get 1, Root shut down. Meanwhile in the top lane, Sales looking for something, but no support to protect Root means that they weren't able to keep him alive. That's the charge straight into the wall with a flash from ΤoL2. Sometimes you just got to headbutt a wall and flash out, sending a message,
I think the goal there was just to mitigate the crowd control so that he then had the window to flash out. Of course, doing it at the last second means that he didn't quite get the direction he wanted to go in.
This tower's going to die.
Yeah, and he may very well die immediately afterwards.
Zenith Blade chases him down. There's the stun from the Shield of Daybreak as well. The Ignite is taking a Robo, secures the kill. It's his day. No ultimate yet for that Sion. It would make it a bit tricky to really join the fight. We've seen how good Robo is, because it's not only about the Dragon itself, it's about forcing DFM into a fight later on. Yutapon pulled back with the Gnar, cleansed away, but the Solar Flare finds its mark. Twisted advance forward as well, and ҭηνOwn's going to tank up the tower. That mid lane tower is still standing, but DFM not doing that at all. Yutapon falls, and now Loud pushing in the 4v5. The turret goes down, charge away from ΤoL2.
Spear will land on the ҭηνOwn's.
Does still have the flash, and he has Seos as well. Waiting around the corner, another spear dodged by both Seos and ҭηνOwn's. The re-engage with the Zenith Blade. Root coming in as well. Blue-purple, not the best guns for this position as Ari goes forward. Aria takes 1, pops the stopwatch. The Dragon goes down to Crockett as the rest of DFM look for a little bit more, perhaps desperation in this play. The sapling lands, and now the TP into the mid lane by Robo. He's built up that Mega Gnar. Harp's going to have to flash across the wall, but Croc chases him down with a twisted advance. And now Loud can really open up. Yutapon stunned with a wallop. He only just came back to life. But OG, as Bloom spots them as Loud continue to try and open up on it. Robo coming in from the side, the Solar Flare onto Harp. The Zenith Blade's going to land, but a good decimating smash there from ΤoL2 stops Seos from engaging. ΤoL2 will sacrifice himself for his support.
To stay true to his name.
ҭηνOwn's going to try and keep him at bay. Robo's going to do the same. Steel has to jump away. The Zenith Blade. Loud realize the only way they're losing this if it Steel lives up to his name, so they force him away. The Baron secured for Loud, and now 22 minutes. Well, an Infernal Soul for Loud would pretty much be the icing on the cake. This would only be Soul Point, but they get the mid-tier 2. No defense really from DFM. Half-hearted at best as Yutapon and Harp just trying to farm up. Harp still yet to complete an item on this Lulu. He has been so denied. Yutapon on 2 though. Kraken Slayer, Phantom Dancer can do work. The issue for DFM is you just don't have a front line. You just don't have anyone that can really step up. ΤoL2 trying to do so, but the CC, the threat on the backline from Loud is just far too great. Inhibitor tower in the bot lane does fall, so does the mid. And DFM left wondering where it all went wrong. Inhibitors are the focus now. Loud can still push up very short distance for Robo to join his team. ҭηνOwn's Root and Seos step up in the mid lane. Croc just waiting across towards the side as Root. Gale forces forward, hits the Moonlight Vigil, and assassinates Harp. Takes him out of the equation. And currently, the summation of everything is looking well in favor of Loud. The inhibitor falls, as does ΤoL2. The Gnar onto the backline is flashed away, dashed away by Aria. But Yutapon's locked up, and Yutapon is shut out of the fight. Loud wanted vengeance. They lost to DFM last year, and right now they're putting them in their place.
Elation from the crowd. Available in team fights. Immediately, ҭηνOwn's responding with Cassia of his own. A tried and true champion of his. Something that he's used consistently throughout his career and often defaulted back onto should the situation arrive. Mega. But even with Mega, I still think that they have the ability to get the kill here. Still just trying to buy time.
Robo levels up, hits 4, 200 HP on him.
HP is so low.
Here they go. They're looking for the dive. Flash E, there's the kill. ṯษ์2 gets out. Steel Seals know that something may be happening. Zenith play from Harp, good. Flay away, Root stunned up though. The Lantern going down, but Root locked down. And Unicorn with death, we can't pass it down towards this dragon, secure the first Drake of the game. Robo trading here in the top lane with Թৰীষ্ট2, winning it out right now. The wallop into the wall, into the mini-nar, into the explosive cast, but Թৰীষ্ট2 very low on mana. Puts down another. He's going to be able to sustain himself up with that happy hour. As you say, Arya on his way. Robo does have the flash, the boomerang coming out, looking for the hyper charge. Arya comes in, and down goes Robo.
Really good opportunity to roam. DFM making the decision here not to contest this potentially.
I think they wanted 6 on Steel. They're going to get it. Թৰীষ্ট2 trying to get away from Robo, flashes up.
Running. They should
trying to get away from the twisted advance, but Թৰীষ্ট2 with a knockback into the Heartbreaker. Robo low, 150 HP remaining on the Nine. He's going to try and kite away. Steel still on the chase. No flash for him, no ult, and Robo gets underneath the tower. Meanwhile, Թৰীষ্ট2 tries to dish some damage back out. Steel pops the hammer path and will be able to escape, and in the end, the Super Mega Death Rocket finds the Gnar, finds the kill. And
keep Loud underneath that tower, create this point of pressure. Arya will throw out the Maokai ultimate. Again, keeping that pressure up for the time being. Թৰীষ্ট2 going back to base, but no TP. The engage from
locked
the
up,
DFM.
has the cleanse. The Lantern goes down as well. Root trying to disengage here. The Solar Flare hits, and Root locked up. The flash comes out. Nature's Grasp from the side as well. Moonlight Vigil will give Root a little bit of healing, and in the end, Loud are able to disengage. Croc has the flash. The Zenith blade chases him though, and Arya can dash back in if he wants. Harp though now on the wrong side of the wall. He'll fall. ďetonationFocusMe takes him out. And the gold evens out just that little bit as Arya tries to escape from the Cassio, but could be some pretty difficult clutches to manage to wrangle yourself away from. And the hook landing onto Steel as well means that Seos and ďetonationFocusMe will be able to get another Unipon now taken down in the bot lane. And what was originally going to be able to get a little bit more here as we see the MasterCard gold difference. 14, Root with a strong lead, 7. Unicorn still able to dodge away from that one, but Steel locked up towards the top side. The Heartbringer coming out, disengages Steel. Seos looking for another hit, hits onto Harp as Arya now stunned up down towards the top side of this fight as Harp is low. Meanwhile, the engage from ďetonationFocusMe, he flashes forward, but already Root is down, and it's all on ďetonationFocusMe to do what he can here, but Arya dashing around, Steel with a Heartbreaker gets one. Seos looking for the hook across the wall, but can't find it. Robo will fall as well, and in the end, it's DFM who come out on top.
It's a one-team fight for DFM.
Well, they have the ability to isolate someone with the Solar Flare, with the explosive cast, lock them up, bring them back into your team, and then take them out. But Թৰীষ্ট2 stepping a little bit too far forward in pursuit of the dragon. He will fall. He almost gets away, but Robo in the end does manage to secure the kill. The chase continues as the Nature's Grasp is going to land a twisted advance, the Solar Flare, but Robo has the Gnar. Steel flashes away from it, and now Croc is in a bad situation, manages to escape with the Lantern. Root up towards the top of the fight is being isolated by Steel, but in the end can just back away to the rest of his team. Arya's on his way here as the pings come out for Loud. Riftail used in the mid lane. DFM trying to keep the tempo of the game up, trying to keep Loud away from the bot side river, but Seos lands the hook. Harp played back, Seos low, Arya diving in. A stopwatch from Seos buys him just a second more time and buys him a way to survive as well. Arya now trying to get away from the Twin Fangs, he dives back in, but Medusa catches him in her grasp. The shutdown going out as Unipon will fall as well, and Loud absolutely decimate the fight.
It looked like a good opportunity for DFM. The re-engage looked promising, but Seos with the stopwatch, ďetonationFocusMe with the ultimate, and Loud with the victorious fight are putting them.
It's not done yet, but you can hear the elation in the Loud fans' voices. Brazil, CBLOL have never won a best-of series as Seos finds it the play away from the blast cone. Another hook comes out as Thresh can just dish him out for dinner. Steel trying to get away, the Ignite is taken, but the boomerang hits him in the backside. In this
they're doing it.
jungle.
1 second, ďetonationFocusMe, he's going to start that Baron up immediately.
Robo nars away Arya. That's a big ultimate used before the fight begins. The Super Mega Death Rocket saw them there, and you can see the TP already from Թৰীষ্ট2. They know, DFM realize that the tempo has been quickened here. They are called to a battle in the river, but right now Loud have already secured the Baron, and maybe they'll just look to get out. They can retreat instead. Root advances. Unipon has to flash across the wall. Root survives as Steel goes down. Another will fall as Թৰীষ্ট2 finds himself in the midst of 5. Loud DFM not defending their tier 2s right now. The inhibitor will be the line of scrimmage, will be the line where the battle is drawn. Aria, Harp, and Udapom just trying to find what they can. You do have 2 items on Aria, you have 2 items on Udapom. DFM have the tools in their kits to find their opposing men. The question is, can they do it in the face of Loud?
Oh no, he may have overstepped. He misses the barrel. Robo
just feeling himself right now. Steel's going to go back in, but they cost him half his health. Meanwhile, Root in the mid lane, cycling through the guns as quickly as he can to take down this tower. Robo's going to get that Mega, get a health infusion from it as well, and the inhibitor tower in the mid lane will fall. Aria has the Nature's Grasp stolen away. Perhaps that's their last hope of defense here for DFM. 1 moment between them and elimination from MSI 2023. 1 moment for someone to show their caliber. DFM still defending, 8,000 gold behind now as their inhibitor in the mid lane falls.
Loud are playing patiently. Now Root's committing onto this tower, will melt through the objective. And what was that, 4 or 5 towers? Robo,
Then his blade goes in, the hook goes down, and Harp's immediately locked up against the wall. The Gnar coming out as well. Dragon will fall, Steel steals away 1, gets the hook back in, as Toll 2 looks for a re-engage, but the Petrifying Gaze from těўNG is perfect. Aria steals away the Gnar, the cleanse comes out though, and now Aria is in the midst of 3 members of Loud, and they will shut him out. Udapom falls as well, and Loud can see the win in their eyes.
Loud do not hesitate for a second. Even without Croc, they're able to find a fantastic fight, and it's the carries for Loud that come up clutch. They're looking to 2-0 DFM and claim their revenge.
In 2022, it was DFM that denied Loud their shot at Worlds Group. Well, it seems like revenge is a dish best served cold, as Loud will face PSG tomorrow. They want a little bit more. They don't want to let DFM get away unscathed, and in the end, they'll take the next.
What Loud are able to do and the level at which they're able to play at. Let's see if they can continue that performance, as they still have a difficult opponent ahead of them.
They definitely do. Let's hear from těўNG, though, who is on stage with Frankie in the Verizon post-game interview.
Thank you very much for joining me, těўNG. Now, hopefully you can hear me, because the fans are so excited to be here supporting you in person. Before we talk about today's game, tell me what you discussed with the team after the loss to G2.
Então, primeiramente, a gente vai ver que tem os fãs aqui dando todo o suporte para você. Antes da gente falar sobre o jogo, vamos conversar. Como é que foi esse regrupo de vocês depois do próximo jogo e o que vocês prepararam para agora?
Eu acho que a gente tentou mais jogar na nossa zona de conforto mesmo. A gente não deixou de se abalar por conta do jogo da G2. E a gente mudou algumas coisas estrategicamente falando, algumas coisas que a gente nem usava tanto no Brasil, mas que a gente aprendeu aqui na Europa com o nosso bootcamp. E estou bem feliz de ter executado isso muito bem aqui, ter ganhado esse jogo. E a plateia brasileira é assim mesmo, a gente já está acostumado lá no Brasil, eles fazem muito barulho.
First of all, I'm pretty used with the crowd. Since Brazil, we used with the loud and all the noise that they can make. Overall, what I could say is that we try to play within our comfort zone, but we came up with some new tricks that we learned while we were doing the bootcamp here in Europe, and I'm very happy that we actually achieved the results and could put in literally into the game what we learned and get this victory.
Well, thank you. By the way, Arthur is translating for us today. Apologies, I did not introduce him on stage. So, těўNG, tell me how comfortable you felt against DFM today, because it looked like you got the compositions you wanted.
Então, vamos falar pouquinho quão confortável você se sentiu jogando hoje aqui contra a DFM, porque você pareceu estar bem tranquilo.
Eu acho que, de uma forma geral, eu estava confortável tanto contra a G2 quanto a DFM. Eu acho que, individualmente, quando vim num palco internacional, eu joguei muito mal internacionalmente, então esse ano eu queria fazer diferente, me preparei muito para estar aqui, então estou confiante para jogar contra qualquer um.
Overall, I've been preparing myself. Do you want me to translate that?
I would love you to translate that.
For the God's sake, this is the best team from Brazil. Let's go.
It's definitely the best team from Brazil. Let's go, Loud fans. těўNG, just before I let you go, I would like to ask you about what you need to beat PSG tomorrow to make it to the final best of 5.
Então, antes de deixar você ir, com relação ao jogo que a gente vai ter contra a PSG, o que vai preparar, o que a gente vai fazer?
Comparando um pouco com a DFM, o jogo da PSG, eu acho que eles são um pouquinho mais criativos que a PSG, que a DFM, mas é um time que a gente está confortável de jogar contra, pelo que a gente assistiu deles, então a gente vai continuar mantendo o nosso jogo e entrar com a mesma mentalidade que eu acho que a gente pode vencer sim.
Like, although we're gonna try to come in with the same like mental readiness like that we have for this play, I believe that they can be a little bit more like creative with the structures and stuff, but nothing that we wouldn't like be able to prepare, like bring your best game and achieve for everything we want.
Well, obrigada, Tenos. Thank you so
Thank you.
much for talking to me. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And thank you to the Lao fans. You've definitely been the sixth team member today. Right now, though, we need to head back to Law and the desk for the cool down.
Thank you so much, Frankie, for this Verizon post-game interview. Welcome to MSI Cooldown after a glorious day for CBLOL and LLL. Best time to be a Latin American fan, guys.
Definitely a surprise. The first time for both these teams picking up a series win in play-ins in the history of these series. It's incredible that's both come on the same day.
Yeah.
It's a very good time for both of them.
Yeah, this will definitely go down as a historic day for a lot of play-ins teams. I mean, those two specifically in terms of not only actually securing this win, but specifically for Loud as well. The performance too, definitely some of the most dominant we've seen in the region, and specifically with Root down in that bot lane position.
They had the fans behind them. They came ready, they came prep, and they didn't let it go. And as I was saying after the first game, I was mostly surprised of the adaptation from the Loud side. From the first game they played, yes, against G2, where they could have won it, but here they came ready and no nerves involved. They kept on going with the game plan they had. It was amazing to see.
Yeah, I was, especially in game 2 when they fell behind with the 4 kills early on, I was grabbing snacks, I was getting ready for a long day. I was like, this is going to go to game 3, and they immediately bounced back in that long ball lane play. So really cool to see out of them.
Yeah, I think it's just about the fact that they're really good at navigating their team fights too. Even though they fall behind in that instant, they're not afraid to actually pull the trigger in a play that they believe will be right. So I think for sure, huge credit to their team fighting tools. And we talked a bit about it in the first game. There are buttons. This time around, they found them again. Or actually, this is actually game 1 going back to it.
Yeah, going back to game 1, big fight at the Dragon Pit. It felt like they won every single team fight for the most part. Was kind of in their favor, playing to their strengths, and looking pretty good heading into tomorrow. I think PSG better be paying attention to this.
It's going to be an interesting series for sure, but we have to talk about DFM, a region that we've been used to see as a surprising region, usually one of the minor regions who performed the best. They had to rebuild, of course, losing one of the key members in the likes of Abby, going to the LEC, Arya coming back after a difficult year in the LCK is not the team that... the fans are really loud, I love it. But yeah, this is not what we expected from DFM coming into the play-in this year.
I mean, it was rough for them as a whole roster coming together as a team, but I still think we saw some individual shines, I think, in today's series specifically. Steel, and yeah, you guys can finally see them now. They're just behind us, screaming. Okay, Mark keeps saying it with a smile as well while he's listening to them, so...